Hello artists, it's Patty from Deep Space Sparkle, and today we're going to be drawing and painting the cutest folk art Santa you've ever seen. If you're looking for a slightly unusual Santa, look no further. This is a really simple drawing, but it has a really cool painting technique, and I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes. This Santa has some beautiful Scandinavian inspired folk art designs over the coat of the Santa's jacket and also on the hat if you like. For the supplies, what you're going to need is either a white piece of 12 by 18 paper, or to add a little bit more fun, I would recommend using a colored piece of paper, something like light green or blue or purple. I know, it's going to be really fun. Plus a black crayon or a black oil pastel to draw, then 4 different colors. I love to use red for Santa's jacket, but you can use another color if you want to. But I think it's helpful to have the red and then definitely the white, but just choose 4 colors. Then, if you have some metallic paint, I'm using some silver. If you have gold, that's great too. Then you're going to need some chalk pastels and also some construction paper crayons or oil pastels. This is a really easy lesson despite the supplies, but to make it even easier, I have this handout for you. And this is a how to draw the Santa handout that you can use to teach your students, or the students can use this to follow along. Then when it comes time to decorate their Santa after the paint dries, I have this great Scandinavian inspired folk art handout for you to pass out to your students so that they can decorate their Santa's jacket all on their own. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the Deep Space Sparkle YouTube channel, because every Tuesday we do new art projects and videos just like this one. Okay, let's get started. If you're using the handout, grab the handout and put it beside your colored piece of paper. I love using a colored piece of paper because we're going to be using a lot of white paint. The very first part is to draw the Santa's face. Draw 2 circles, draw a nose, and that's it. That's the face. Let's draw an upside down letter U, and then a wobbly bottom, and then a beard and a hair that's connected. So just go all the way around and make that beard as long or as big as you want. Then the next part is to take your oil pastel and put it on one side of your beard and draw a big line that goes almost to the bottom of the paper. See if you can use your hand and not go beyond your hand. Now notice where I'm putting the arm. I'm actually starting where the beard is, almost just below the nose. Then I'm going to just draw a cuff and a mitten. Draw the thumb first. Now I think I'm going to draw the hat. I'm going to start at the top of the beard and I'm going to make the hat flop over on this side. Okay, now I'm going to draw kind of like the bottom of his jacket, and then I'm going to draw some boots. Once this is done, before we start painting, you want to use chalk pastel, or if you prefer, you can use crayons or oil pastels. I'm going to use this chalk pastel because I love how easy it is to make this face a skin color and then add rosy cheeks. And then before I start to blend that, I'm going to take some white and make a line and color in one side of that line. And don't worry if the black smudges, that's totally fine and expected. It won't ruin your art at all. And then I'm going to take a little bit of orange or red, and I'm going to make some nice rosy cheeks. Now I'm ready to blend. I'm going to take my rosy cheeks and blend those first. It's like rubbing sunscreen lotion all over your face. Okay, I'm all done. Now I want to just tap, tap, tap that chalk away, and it's all set. Now, we're going to bring back the oil pastel a little bit later, but what I want you to do now is color in the eye and color in the mittens and the boots. I'm going to be dipping my paintbrush in some white. And now that my paint is pretty clean and my brush is pretty clean, I want to paint the beard in every place that you want it to be super white. Take your brush and don't even clean it. You want to dip it into a color, and I'm going to dip it into this blue. And you want to mix your white that you already have on your brush with the blue, and you can add more white to make it even lighter. Now, this is a Sargent brand liquid tempera paint. If you dip your paintbrush in that, there's going to be a little bit of a shimmer to the artwork when this dries. I think it's fun when you just kind of mix up your paints and just see what happens. And if you go over your boots or your mitts, don't worry, we can bring them back again. Now, when you have a lot of streaks, it's nice to kind of go in the opposite direction to kind of smooth everything out. I'm going to add a little bit more white down the bottom. Maybe he's stepping in some snow or some ice. And if a little bit of the light blue peeks through, all the more beautiful. Okay, I think I'm done. Now, you don't even need to use water. What I want you to do now is take your paintbrush and go back and forth either on your placemat or on a paper towel until almost all of the paint is gone. I don't want to use water because I want my red to really stand out. So you can use red full strength, or you can add a little bit of white to it. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing for my hat. I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to use a smaller brush just because my hat is a little bit smaller. When you get to this stage, you are done for now. We have to let the paint dry before we can continue on. Now, I just happen to have a dry one, so I'm going to swap it out. The very first thing I'm going to do is outline all of my black oil pastel lines again. This is really going to bring out all of the colors, make the colors pop. Okay, now I want to add 2 lines down the center of my jacket. Now, this is the part where you can have a lot of fun using this handout. I'm doing this design right here. I want to make 2 lines. Now, you don't have to do these designs exactly, but they might just be an idea starter for you. Maybe you want to do different colors. Maybe you color in the little shapes. It's completely up to you. You want to fill up your whole jacket with as many designs using your construction paper crayon as possible. Now I want to show you some other opportunities. This Santa face was painted with liquid tempera paint. So if your teacher has liquid tempera paint, you can see that the difference, that this is a little bit more opaque, which means you can't see through to the paper below, and this one is a little bit more transparent. So you can decide what works for you. Also, take a look at this color. It's not even a red jacket. It's kind of like a pink orange jacket. So you can decide what kind of coats you would like. Now, if you would like to, you can also make some snowflakes. Snowflakes are 6-sided. And you can draw snowflakes with your white oil pastel or your white crayon, and you can make lots of patterns. That was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed doing the Santa as much as I did. Now, if you want to see more holiday art projects, make sure you subscribe to this channel and tune in every Tuesday, because we will come up with a new holiday art project that's going to be perfect for your classroom every single week. So next week, we're going to be doing something entirely different, and I can't wait to see you here. Now, if you're doing this folk art Santa in your classroom, I would love to see your students' efforts. So join the Deep Space Sparkle Dazzler Facebook group and share your pictures. I'll see you next week.